this is just kind of validated for me things that I'm proud of about myself that like I didn't always feel. Yeah, it would make me very proud. I feel like this being about proving like the outcome of a lot of growth in life.
I cannot believe I'm in the final four. But sitting in the last tribal council, I came to a realization that this season of Outlast was literally designed for me. My strength coming into the game has been the social game 100%. I've said it out loud, I've said it to everybody. I'm just playing a social game. Don't count on me finding idols, don't count on me winning a lot of immunities. If they want someone to represent the season of Outlast 4 or 2025, that's me.
I am the king of organized chaos. And if there is a theme of this season, it is organized chaos. I'm proud of the moves that I made. I'm proud of the conversation that I've had. I'm proud that I really got to know people to a fundamental level, which really let me to know whether they're lying to me or not. For me, this is all just practice for the real thing when I get on. And I will get on one day, so I may as well practice now and get the silly mistakes out, find out what works, find out what doesn't work, find out who I am as a person. And every time I'm out there doing a challenge, I'm just like, do it for Grandma. She'll be there supporting you, she's watching you. And I know she'd be proud, so.
I will win this game by being transparent, by being 100%. I wasn't perfect, I made mistakes. I was able to recover from those mistakes and make sure that I didn't make them again. I gave this game all of me, and I literally mean that. From starving to sleeping on the floor, everything, I gave everything in this season, and I'm really proud of it. And that's why I think I represent this season, because we had to talk about the elements and everything like that. I think I did everything possible.
Close and personal now. There's only 4 of you left.
I look weird right now. I don't even make more.
We all look weird. Is everybody ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
I gotta take the necklace back up.
You have to.
I have to. I'll do it for you.
Okay. Just get it back.
Hold on. Okay, there we go. All right, immunity is back up for grabs, and this one is a doozy. This challenge is called Remember Me. It's a callback. We've done this challenge every season. You might see some elements of challenges that you have done previously. Even more so, there will be questions about your game that you will need to know the answers to. And in the very end, you will be solving a tangram puzzle. So, this is in 5 obstacles. Number 1, you will crawl under the boards, and at the end of every obstacle is a question. You will read the question, tell the spotter your answer. If you are correct, you get to pick up one of your pieces. You will collect 5 pieces. You will each have a corresponding table. You bring your piece to your table. Obstacle number 1 is a grappling hook. You need to pull a bag across, answer the question. Get your piece, bring it back. Obstacle 3, toss a beanbag onto a spool. 4, there is a cement block in a square that you need to carry past a line and then carry it back and place it in the square. 5 is crossing a balance beam. So at any point, if you answer incorrectly and you think, I am never gonna know this answer, you can choose to run down the path. You run to Ryan and he will give you one of the medallions from the maze, and you will take that medallion to the station that you're not going to get that answer to, and you will turn it in for your puzzle piece. Outlasters ready? Go!
You good? You good?
Oh, fuck. Oh.
Just go.
Nope. Nope. Gotta go back.
Get lost? Can I go that way? Anyone? Anyone?
Oh no.
Outlast.
All 5 pieces!
fucking check!
Yes! Joseph, you win!
Good job. Yeah, I think I win.
Joseph, congratulations on securing your spot in the final 3. How does this feel?
I nearly threw up.
That's when I said don't eat the nuts. Oh boy.
No, this is the one thing I practice. I'm not lying.
Good job.
This puzzle, you knew it?
It's a specific puzzle.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Congrats. All right. Final 4 about to become final 3. You will head back to camp. Okay. Thank you. Great job. Thank you.
Once you catch your breath, should we do others? Should we make a decision?
Why don't you start? I mean, if you want, I always prefer maybe. Oh no, because if you do duos, everyone comes talk to me anyway. Yeah, no, my brain's not working.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just do duos.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep fighting, obviously, until the end, but I can also accept that I think my fate is that I'm gonna be voted out now. We're gonna see. I have some things I was thinking about, some things that I can say to Francesca to hopefully get her to give me a chance to fight, and if I make a challenge or whatever kind of challenge it is, and then let fate decide from there what happens next. So that's my last attempt to be safe, but if that doesn't work, that's it for me. But I'm proud. I think I played a really, really, really good game that I'm leaving here, and I'm gonna say I'm proud.
I'm gonna be honest, my mind's not made up.
Can you go
I'm just weighing up all my options. I'm not saying I'm voting you, but I just want to hear from everyone first before I make a decision. Because I think you have a strong story, but I also think Francesca has a great story, and Will has a great story.
I think we've been together, we've been working together, we've been loyal to each other. I think we stick it out to the end. Honestly, I personally, we all make our decisions differently. So
Yeah.
the way that you make this respectful, the way I will make this respectful, at least for me, I want to sit next to the person that I've been working with for a long time that I've been loyal to. That's where my head is at. So I really want to sit next to you at the end. There's still a final 3, potentially final 2. I don't think you want to go into final 2 situation with 2 duos. That's my perspective. When you know that if I'm there, either
Maybe a single duo, that's the 2 of them.
the 2 of them.
Yeah.
If I'm there in the final 3, if you win, maybe you take me. If you're just going to probably take you, for example. So I think we go for Will this round. And let's get to the final. If it's a final 2 fight like hell.
Yeah.
I think if this is me being general, if I work with somebody this season, I would love it to be you. So I think I'm happy to work together with you and battle it out and make the best winner win. You have really impressive moves in your end. I don't have any big moves in my end, but I have the story, right? So
Yeah. Big move. You have big moves, they're just not the same.
right.
Like,
I think yours are like big strategic moves that you can articulate.
and yours were saving your butt.
Yeah.
Big moves that people didn't expect.
Right.
Yeah.
Right now, I mean it, but I will at least make sure that you guys have a time. Like, I will not 3-1 on you. But I am thinking about it. There's like a 20% chance because I'm thinking about it. Like, I have to think what's best for my game. And
Why is the best? I'm just curious. Like, why is it best for you again for me to potentially go for
the 20%
the 20%?
reasoning is the fact that the community wins in 2 idol plays are really good, and Will hasn't done anything for the last 3 days. So that's the thing. It's like he had a really strong early match, which is well, it's like, oh, I don't want to see him, but right now he's sitting duck.
So I went to Outplay again with a very similar scenario, and it was one person that was now with the duo in the final 3. And even though, in my opinion, one of the duos, not both, made the best game, when they were pitching why they should win, the story sounded very similar.
Yeah.
And it was very hard for them to distinguish their game. And I think that doesn't, I don't think that's a smart move to be in the final 3 with them.
Yeah, I agree. That's what the 80% is saying.
Yeah, I think, and like, I was thinking, like, I would just also think, like, okay, if I'm, like, if honestly, if I'm in the final, and also, I'll be fully frank, if I'm in the final 3 with you, and Joseph, I'm happy. If I end up losing, I'm happy with it. Because I'm like, oh, they played a good game. So I hope that, you know, I don't know that I'm gonna win, but what I'm saying is like I think, like, I don't know what I'm trying to say.
No, I hear you.
Yeah.
I'm actually really sad because I hope Abby gets to watch this day and understand that like it wasn't a malicious intent that I lied to him so many times. I just needed him for my game, and at this point, I need him out. Like, Will's gonna take me to final two. Brandon is probably gonna take me to final two. And I have no choice of those two. And Abby would also take me to final two, but he has a higher chance to win based on the jury.
I'm leaning heavily towards Abby.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just letting you and Francesca know
Okay.
because I don't want you guys to maybe overthink and then end up in a fight situation.
By voting for each
Right.
other or something?
Yeah, I don't know. If you get paranoid, you're like, well, yeah, just to like
Yeah.
close it off.
I think my only pitch to you is Abby. Like, there's no reason for me to overthink it.
Yeah.
Like, I assume you were between me or Abby.
I was before. I think you'll have a good reason for maybe.
Yeah.
I don't. It's not like I have a choice, like a sole choice here, but I feel like if I took in my choice, that will inform their votes better. And I'm not like playing a game of I'm not telling you who I'm voting for, and just like running away and doing something.
Yeah.
So you have to figure out for yourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like 99%.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're just scared of like this season is.
I'm just weighing up
Sounds
that final two versus final three situation.
Final two. What?
If it's a final two, if it's a final three,
Oh.
because they haven't said anything.
You can't say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
So
What is that? Why does that make you mean Abby? I'm just curious. I obviously want.
he's made promises to take me to final two if I don't vote him.
Oh.
I feel like if everyone was right about Liz and me being a duo and getting Liz out, then we need to focus on Will and Francesca. They're another duo. If people don't want duos in these games, let's think about them. If Francesca gets voted out now and Will wins the final immunity challenge, he'll give the extra jury vote to Francesca. But if they're both at final tribal council, then and I win the immunity, then I'm the person that gets to win the extra vote and give it to somebody else. So I don't want to take someone to the jury that already has a +1 up on me. That's stupid.
Heading into the final four vote, I knew it was going to be between me and Abby. And if it was on me, Francesca supposedly would vote against Abby, which would make it a tie. And Abby and I would go into fire making, which again is something I got to remember to point to at Final Tribal Council if I'm there, of the value of me protecting my number so solidly in Francesca, is that like in the end game having that number makes people more likely to sway my direction because they don't want to go with the more uncertain option, because I have 2 votes and Abby has 1 vote. But it seems like Joseph's doing Abby. That's what he told him, and I could be like blanking because of sleep and dehydration and everything that about a reason he would need to lie to us about it, but I don't think there's a reason to lie about it. So I think he just wants to get out of the way that he's doing Abby, and Abby seems resigned. Just thinking like in terms of jury vote, I don't think there's anything more I can do. I don't think Abby would really respect like groveling for him, so I'm just gonna give him his space and hopefully let him like remember that, you know, our relationship was game driven, but also felt genuine to both of us in a lot of ways. So yeah, unless things go differently, I think I will be in final 3, whether that's final 3 or final tribal.
Final 4. Will, tell me about what happened when you all got back to camp after that challenge.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Like I'm obviously individual conversations with each potential pair happened, but then we sat in silence for like 10 minutes.
Sat in silence.
Yeah.
So the pairs came to a quick decision.
Joseph gave us his decision.
Oh, Joseph gave you his decision. What proves what? Joseph?
I gave people decisions the way that I'm voting.
Yeah.
Whether people go along with that is up to them. I didn't say this is how we're going to do it. I just said this is the way I'm going to vote. I don't think so.
That's
I
what I
don't
meant.
think
No,
it
that's
was
what I meant.
yeah.
Abby, on the other end of that, how does that make you feel?
I mean, it sucks. You know, it sucks. But I do respect the decision. You know, I feel like if you play a game the way that I play the game, it's very hard for anyone to want to take me further. But I think I could still be valuable to some people that are still here. We don't know if it's a final 3 or a final 2. There's still a game to be played. And I hope that what I said to this person makes sense and that it goes to a tie vote. But I don't know.
What do you think your biggest supporter in your life would say to you right now?
They will say that I did what I always do, and that's to work hard for everything that I have, and to just keep fighting. And even if things don't go the way that I plan them to go, to be proud of things that did go the way that I wanted them to go.
Very nice. Francesca, would you agree? Possibly your fiance watching back, what would they have to say about your experience so far?
He would be super proud. I mean, he's the one who's always told me that I can do it, and I don't believe him. So, and I was telling confessional earlier. He's the one who got me into Survivor 5 years ago. When we were roommates, COVID shut down everything, and I was like, I don't know what to watch, and he's like, you should try Survivor. And I was hooked. We watched it together when we started dating. So he's the reason why I'm here today. Like when we got handed a flyer, apparently by you or by someone else at the watch party, I was like, I don't know if I should do it. And he was the one who was like, we are applying to this. So I think he would be super proud, and I cannot wait to tell him everything for sure.
Is there anything else that anybody wants to talk about?
Do what's best for you.
We're on lockdown, and Joseph, you can vote first.
It's been a really hard vote, but it's the best for my game. You've been a great ally.
I don't think it's gonna tie for me, but you never know. But a little buddy, love you to death. Let's see what happens.
I will read the votes. First vote. Abby. Will. Abby. That's 2 votes Abby, 1 vote Will, 1 vote left. Will. We are going to revote. If we tie again, we will be going to fire making.
Well played, Francesca. I have been chaotic all season. I think it would be chaotic.
I will read the votes. First vote. Will. Second vote. And the 9th member of our jury, Will. Will, in this game, fire and the elements represent your life, and the tribe has spoken. Thank you so much.
Amazing. I love you all. It's like I feel like it's all about to hit me like a truck. It was like one of the most intense experiences of my life. But so much fun. Like so much fun meeting these people. Like we all have this crazy shared interest and like just all going so hard and having so much fun doing it. Like yeah, it like literally couldn't have been a better experience for sure. I'm pulling for Francesca. I think my game was more active than hers, and there were many moments that I was in alliances that she in relationships, I'll call them, that she was not in. Incredible experience. So like thanks to the production team, it's absolutely worth it, and like unbelievable amount of work and like so impressive.
I need to hear it in Australian accent.
Oh!
Thought we're done? Oh no! Exclamation mark. There's one more. Ready to see what the elements have in store? Is that too Australian for you?
No, it's just perfect.
Okay. Four phases to navigate, each a different skill. Winning this challenge would sure be a thrill. Victory will secure you a spot in the end. Who will you bring? A foe or a friend? Well, they're both friends, so.
You can head back to camp.
Guys, we keep shocking these hoes.
You didn't think you could end
Like they'll probably get in the fire making ready. Never mind, abort. Never mind. This is such a crazy cast. Like I'm literally like processing. I still have not processed that. Were you in shock? I think we were all shocked. I don't know.
Coming in, like the idea of being betrayed is so heartbreaking, and I didn't think people would trust me, or maybe they would trust me that they will see me as expendable, because that's literally what has happened in my life outside of this, and it didn't happen, and I actually made it happen. But
Then that was a good one.
Guys, one of each.
Oh
one
shit!
of each tribe.
Oh
Oh my god.
Not even on purpose. That's so funny.
No, it wasn't even on purpose. This is so cool.
There you go.
Oh my god. Sorry, I just realized that. I was like, hello, okay.
Final hole.
My god.
That's so
Wow.
cool. That is super cool.
That really is.
The balance of the elements.
Wow.
Welcome, Ogatomi, to your final immunity challenge. Joseph, I will take that back. Thank you. You three are the combined elements.
Yeah.
We have one original of each tribe. Do you have your original buffs with you?
Yes.
I think wearing them for this challenge will be very representative.
I love that.
We have Joseph, original Aho.
Aho!
Francesca, original Loma.
Mr. Loma Loma.
I don't have nothing clever.
And Bobby, original Tuklo.
Too close.
You three combined are going to be doing this elemental combined challenge, the Avatar.
Oh.
Favorite movie.
Literally. So you very thoughtfully color coordinated this challenge for us. So your original color is going to be yours throughout this entire challenge. There are 3 stations that represent earth, air, and water. At all of those stations, you will complete an obstacle to collect a bag of puzzle pieces to complete here. I will go through the stations. For air, you will be tossing a ball into a bucket. For water, you will be given a small wooden bowl and you will run to this bucket, fill it up, and fill your respective cup. In the cup, there is a ping pong ball. You need the ping pong ball to rest above the top line of the cup. For earth, you're going to be running into the sand pit.
Oh no.
And you will be digging to find a bag of puzzle pieces. Any bag you find in the sand is good to go. The puzzle pieces that you are grabbing are a very cool survivor. Exactly, the fifth tower. That's the discs are for here. First person to build their tower and have it stand for 3 seconds wins the final immunity. All right, final immunity challenge. Outlasters ready? Go!
This sucks. Yeah, we're
I hate this so much.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
Joseph running back with his 3rd bag, Francesca with her 2nd. 2, 3. Francesca wins!
Well done.
I was like, I need to breathe. Yeah, I know, I heard you.
On the final immunity challenge, which is crazy. Oh my goodness. And it was a Michelle puzzle, the strong independent woman puzzle. There was running. I don't know if I have not mentioned this, but like I've never run in my life until 2 weeks ago. I started running every single day because I was like, well, I'm better 2 weeks than nothing. What the heck? Like, what am I doing here? Why am I wearing this? Why am I in the final 2 of Outlast 2025? Like, I mean, I know why my final 2. I just had a whole spiel like 30 minutes ago, but I still can't believe it. I can't believe I did this.
I won't have votes for. I know for a fact. Like, because me and you was gonna vote for you.
I'm pretty sure it votes for me regardless. So that's fine.
I think it's pretty. Let's go to the meeting.
I'm gonna do what's best for me, and you know that. And you said that
I
one
know.
of us is gonna win. I'm pretty sure I win against him, and you and I are tied. So that's the
I
thing.
don't think that you won against him. I think you lose against him. He did more than me and you in this game. In terms of more.
I don't think so.
He made big moves.
Yeah.
You're gonna remember this, and I'm telling you afterwards.
I will be like, you were right.
But I don't want you to regret it.
I know. But I think
How do you not think that he made big moves?
I think he made big moves, but I don't think his big moves measure more than mine.
She has to bring me. She's fucking stupid. Everyone is idiots since merge, and he survived like a flying cockroach. Commendable to him. I think he's played an amazing game, and if she brings in him, I'm voting for him, and I need to tell her that because I forgot to tell her that. I think that the jury would be very surprised if you vote RB, and I think that would be a detriment to your game.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
I'm
Yes.
impressed by his game.
Yeah.
And the reason why I wanted him out because I thought I would lose against him in the end, and I think you would too.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
You think.
Francesca, congratulations on also being the first female to win the final individual immunity challenge of Outlast. That was an incredible challenge. How are you feeling at this very moment?
Oh my god, I feel great. I feel like I was telling this to Dylan, but I have never run. Like, I hate running. And 2 weeks ago, I started running every day just because I need to know how to run. And this challenge was gruesome. Like, we had to dig. My cuticles are broken from digging in the fire in the sand pit. We had to throw a ball. I suck at throwing. And then the little water, it was so gruesome. But then, of course, the Michelle puzzle. I don't know if you are familiar with the tower puzzle. I just felt like it was fate, you know, like the strong female puzzle that gets kicked at the end. Like that was a dream come true for sure. So I feel great. I feel
Awesome.
like I wanted that.
Abby, sum up your pitch.
I mean, I think when it comes to the jury, I think I made some enemies. Maybe some people didn't respect the way I went about things. I have no secure votes in the jury. I think he has secure votes. I think his secure votes go to her. She has secure votes, they go to her, and the rest are in the air. So for example, Liz, if it's us two, that's going right there. If it's them two, that's a vote guarantee over there. So at the end of the day, if you're looking at the jury from that perspective of who has actual secure votes versus who has votes that could go either way, the best move, and I talked this out with both of them, and no one of them could tell me I'm wrong. 0 secure votes, secure votes, secure votes, a little bit in the air, 0 secure votes, get his secure votes, very limited in the air. It's simple math. So I think it makes sense to take me to the end for that specific reason.
Joseph, you want to sum up your pitch?
Sure. I'll touch on one or two things quickly. I think the concept of locked votes is a bit of a fallacy. Votes are cast in the future. We can hypothesize, but we can't guarantee anything. I could be terrible at Final Tribal Council. I could cry the whole time, which is a possibility. So you've got to take that into account as well. If there any is locked vote, if Francesca takes Abby, my vote is locked on Abby to win. That's the one secure vote you can have right now.
There's no way Liz is voting for me. And also, you literally said, without a question, if you were to get the extra votes going to Liz, you had no hesitation that she was not going to vote for you and that double vote was not going to be used. If you use the double vote on her, that you're not going to get both votes. You literally said in front of both of us. I cannot say that about anyone. I said maybe JoJo is the person that I would use mine on. Everybody else, what votes do I have secure here? Like, look at this jury. Oh, maybe Nick. I don't know. But like, I just think your secure votes do not go to me. I had no relationship with Brandon, right? That's going to you. Nick and I worked towards the very end. So I don't think that what you're saying is valid, honestly.
I said what I said. My pitch was that out of anyone that I've seen in any LRG that I've ever seen, this is the best survival game I've ever seen. And I think if you look at the jury, we have a jury that are hosts, veterans, one or two newbies, but those newbies are smart. They love Survivor, they appreciate the game, and this kind of game that you see is an all-time winning game. It's not just I floated about and I came in the end and my name is that alligator guy that's a surgeon. I forget what his name is. Gabler, thank you. That's not what this is. This is a Rob Sistinino poverty level winning streak.
All right, I'm gonna wrap this up for us.
Yeah, because I could be going on for a while.
Francesca, you have your decision made?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, all of you, for your pitches, for Francesca, laying it all out for all of us. This sole decision rests in Francesca's hands. You ready to vote? All right.
I'm voting someone out, right?
You are voting for this person.
I'm glad we clarified.
The last person voted out and 10th member of the jury. Abby. Abby, in this game, fire represents your life, and the tribe has spoken. Thank you so much.
Being voted out for being a threat is an honor. So regardless of what was going to happen with this game, I'm thankful that I made it so far. Thank you for this amazing experience. What a great game, like seriously, from beginning to end, just perfect executed. Thank you to everyone. Love you all.
Congratulations on making it as far as you can go in this game. We will give you some time at camp to collect your thoughts and gather your case to present to the jury. You can head back to camp. Thank you.
You know, like, part of what swayed my decision, I mean, you were the right choice. But part of what swayed my decision is that Abby talks so much that in final council, I would never get a word in. Yeah. Like, he would just be talking over me the whole time.
Yeah.
So I was like, even if he does have a worse game than you, I don't want to deal with it. Literally.
No.
Absolute lawyer.
Honestly, I'm a lawyer.
You're a lawyer? Oh my god. Wait, what did you say? You were? Oh yeah, you were a negotiator, no?
Huh?
No. What did you say your job was?
I said I worked in government as like a procurement cruise line
person.
person.
But you're a lawyer?
Yeah, I just work at a law firm.
That's great.
Delivery.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Okay, it's not that heavy.
Wait, look
so.
at my
Elemental.
Oh my god! Do you have a preference?
Can I have the one that looks like not more cheese?
Sure.
Is that okay?
Grab whatever.
Yeah, I need to take my legs.
Wait, not much cheese like this one? Or
I think
this
that's just a cheese one, and that's like vegetarian meat.
That's pepperoni.
one? Okay.
I know.
So which one has less? Which one has less cheese?
I think that one's just cheese, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
I'll have this
yeah.
one. Yeah. I feel like I want to cry.
No, I'm okay. I almost cried when I had my avocado toast.
I almost cried when I had my water bottle. I will say, final two, best one-liners.
Yeah.
Like, between you and I, we were like, really, like, come here.
Francesca, as a reminder, you will have an extra vote to hand out. So at the very start of Final Tribal, I am going to hand you a parchment, and you're going to hand it to the juror who you want your extra vote to go to. Okay? Alright.
Is there a speech involved? No, just give it.
That's all you.
Okay. Let's see what happens.
Congratulations, you two, on making the final two. Before we get started, Francesca, as the winner of the last immunity challenge, you earned an extra vote to give to the jury member of your choice. And it goes to Will. All right. Take it away.
Hi guys, I'm so glad I finally get to talk to you. I miss you so much. Yeah, I'll be quick in terms of opening statement. I had a realization today that this game, specifically how they designed it for this weekend, was designed for me. Especially like the first day of scrambling and meeting a lot of people one-on-one and like having an individual day. I wanted to come into the game, make connections, because as you all have heard, I've told you many times, the social game was my strongest suit. And that first day really served that purpose. But the social game, as I sold it to y'all, wasn't the only thing happening, of course. I backed myself that every conversation, every decision, every vote was very strategic. My number one goal was to make it to the end, of course. And every decision I made guaranteed that. That's why I'm here. And I'm happy to go through all of those things through your questions. I hope I get to highlight all of the moves I made. Some things that you made, like, as part of the theme of I completely downplayed my strategic games. I did lie a lot, and I kept telling you guys, I'm really honest, I don't lie. But I had to do that, right? Because that's how you play this game, that's how you get to the end. Part of my lies were about me. I actually went to MIT instead of Olin College. I didn't want that to be a thing. I own my own business instead of working as I also do the program management thing, but spun out a business out of that. And yeah, and that's it. I'm ready to own my game. I'm ready to own all the lies and all the truths. The last thing I'm gonna say is that every connection that I made with each one of you was very genuine. Like, I honestly meant it when I said that I fell in love with all of you. Like, I feel like at some point in the game you all felt we had a moment. I feel like I had a moment with each one of you, and those connections were real. And leveraging those connections in the game is very important, but I don't want to downplay that was genuine for sure.
Hey everyone. I sit before you today with 0 votes. And there's a reason why I have 0 votes. It's not because I'm a goat in the traditional sense, it's because I'm a goat. G.O.A.T. Greatest of all time for this season. And the reason why I was able to do this, because you guys already crowned me it. I am the Chaos King. I thrive in chaos. I cause chaos, whether it was intentional. I flamed chaos when it was around me, and I extinguished the chaos when it wasn't beneficial for my game. I said the right thing at the right time for every single conversation that we had. It is why I was able to avoid the vote. It was why I was able to avoid having a target on my back when I made a big move and no one came after me afterwards. And Francesca said it best, that chaos is one of the main themes of this season a couple of tribals ago. And I think a season of elemental chaos is what I brought. And on the flip side, I have been very emotional this entire game. We all know that. But I think it's because I came in not expecting to make so many connections with so many people. And I think fostering those connections throughout this whole game has been the best thing that I will get out of it. Francesca came here to get to the end, but I came here to win. I managed my threat level with precision this entire game. I knew about merge after the super idol nullification and the vote where I almost was going to go home as a stray vote where Kelly Wentworth himself. I knew from that point I need to calm down. And I did. And I withdrew. I let the chaos form around me. There were points where I was sitting in the tent and I felt like Regina George in that one scene in Mean Girls where she's standing in the middle of the hallway and the papers are flying around her and she's just standing like this. Because I did that. And I did. I'm ready to own my own game. I had a lot of fun playing it. I hope you all had a lot of fun playing with me and Francesca as well. Francesca and me, I think, both had great social games. But I think I had a better social game because I had 0 votes. I think that's a great criterion. I think I played a better strategic game because I had both bold moves and behind-the-scenes moves. And from a physical standpoint, you all said I was a great physical asset, both the tribe and in challenges. I was always second or close, but there were some times where I chose not to be.
Keep it brief, a few minutes each, and we are going to start with JoJo.
All right, let me stand up and get slightly shorter than I was when I was sitting down. Just want to kick it off and say I want to thank you guys, my fellow players, and Prod for putting on an absolutely star-studded season with an absolutely crazy cast, crazy tribals, crazy challenges, all that good stuff. We have had a hell of a time, and I am very proud of the both of you. Now, I am a very heart-driven person. I have a deep passion for this game. I got to tell my story to some people. I'm not sure I got to tell that to you, but I want to kick it off with a heartfelt question. Why do you love Survivor, and what brought you to be here?
I love Survivor because it makes me a better person. If I have a hard day, I'm like, what would Joe... Oh my god, I'm crying again, sorry. What would Joe do on Survivor? If I'm having a tough time in a relationship, like, how do I mend this relationship? It drives me to be a better person. It drives me to have better relationships with my friends and family. It drives me to have better motivations and goals. And the reason why I came here was because this attracts the best of the best. I think casting does a great job in casting people that will come to play. And one of the ways that I think I get better as a person is by playing against the hardest people. It's why I'm a nationally ranked tennis player in the Cayman Islands. I only play better people so I can get better. And that's why I wanted to come here, because I want to be on fucking Australian Survivor, because I have been alternate twice for the show. And this is why I do these things. So I know that the game that I play, the mistakes that I make here, I don't make there for when I win Australian Survivor. This is why I also do this.
I started watching Survivor 5 years ago. Not a lot of you know has been doing it for many, many more years. And when I started watching it, there was something about it that reminded me a lot of life. Of course, the game, Survivor, I see it as basically your daily life. It's like in a nutshell what you go through and the people you meet, the impressions that you make, and whether you win those people over or not. Like, I feel like it's very similar to the game of life. And I personally, like, when I started watching the show, I realized that I am someone who has been training her whole life for something like Survivor. I'm an immigrant, and being an immigrant in a new country and coming from a broken family means that you are on your own and you're thrown into a cast of millions of people in a new country, and you learn to adapt, and you learn to speak a new language, and you learn to lie if you need to, and pretend that you're not the person you are if that's not accepted. And eventually, at my 30 years of age, you learn to grow into the person that you are, that you know will be accepted, but is genuine. And I think that, like, watching Survivor or Outlast, I just love seeing.
Can't tell the difference.
I love seeing the cast go through that process. I love how the starvation and as we all felt it, like not being able to sleep brings out the worst and the best in them. I love seeing the connections that naturally form, because I feel like that's what I've done my whole life, and I feel like that's what we all do in our daily lives. So yeah.
I guess I'll start by saying I think you both have played an amazing game. I respect both of your gameplay from what I could see from over here. I have one question for both of you. And earlier in the game, you voted that Abby was the most beautiful. He should be on the beauty tribe. Do you still agree with that? That's not my question. I'm just kidding. Joseph, earlier in the last tribal council, you made a comment, and I just want you to elaborate on it a little bit. You pointed over here and you said that everyone over here are gamers. We respect the game, but one person might be voting with their heart. Will you tell us who that one person was, and is there anything you can say to convince that person to maybe go with the gameplay instead of their heart?
They already did their job for me. Jojo.
It was Jojo?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I just wanted to know who it was.
Yeah, and the reason why I thought that was because of the very valid reaction of me nullifying the super idol.
All right. All right, Francesca. I know these guys are going to be asking you some good questions. We've already talked about it. I feel like if I were to ask you any question, it would just be a repeat of what they're going to ask you. So instead, I just want to ask, I know you have a wedding coming up. Congratulations, in a month. And I guess what would you winning this game mean at this time in your life and to your fiance and your family?
Oh, wow. Okay. Jeez. I mean, like I don't know if I mentioned it in my previous answer. Peter was the one who got me into Survivor as roommates in Craigslist. He told me to watch it during the pandemic, and I was hooked. We watched it ever since. Okay, why am I always crying? Well, I'm glad we're together because this is a crier's final. I wasn't gonna come. I wasn't gonna apply. We got handed the flyer by whoever. I think it was Allison, and I was like, oh, I don't know. It's like a month before the wedding. I don't know if I should do this. And Peter was the one who was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect for you. It's only 4 days. We'll make up the time to plan for the wedding. You have always wanted to play Survivor. This is your chance. And because he believed in me, I applied. And now I'm sitting final 2, and I'm gonna go call him and be like, you won't believe what just happened. What it means to the wedding, I feel like I haven't thought about this, but entering this next stage of life, as well, some of you know, like you get married and I'm planning to have kids. I love kids, planning to have as many kids as I can. You need to believe in yourself, and you need to be able to be strong and independent, and not only that, but like starve and not sleep for like 10 years and keep your cool. And I feel like part of my game, to bring it back to the game if you allow me, was that every time something happened that would have triggered anxiety or freaking out or being chaotic, I kept it chill. I was very chill, very calm, level-headed. I had the conversation I needed to have, and I didn't go around screaming and shouting off the walls, but like, is it me, is it me? No, like I knew what I had to do. And I feel like having gone through this weekend, trauma bonded with all of you, and gone through starvation and sleep deprivation, and that is specific, like, calm your anxiety, do the thing that you need to do, and get it done, I think is extremely useful skill for whatever it lies ahead.
Ryan.
Congrats to you both. Happy to have you both up there for this crazy season that we have had. You both mentioned the strength of your social game throughout the game that we just played. So my question is, what relationships did you build outside of your original tribes in the merge that helped you navigate it, and how did that help you get to where you are now? Francesca's, you can kick off.
Yeah, of course. I think there's a lot. I feel like I mean, the obvious one is Abby, for sure. I feel like I know he was in the outs a lot with a lot of you, but being able to have Abby have my back a lot of the time was very useful, especially when he was being targeted and I voted for him. Being able to repair the relationship and move on and still vote with him was very important to me. I feel like both Amy and Ashley, I feel like we just connected. Our plan of going to the end didn't work, of course, but I feel like we had trust outside of our tribal lines, and I think we were always honest. I never voted for either of them, clearly. So I think those were the most important ones.
Well, I think we all know that Liz and I were the only Ahos left. So I had to basically create a relationship with as many of you as I could possibly do. And that started pre-merge. That started at the first swap when we were swapped over to, I think, Loma. I connected with Nikki, connected with Jojo. But I think one of the main relationships that I made at merge was Arby. I was the only person to save Arby twice. When I saw the opportunity for someone that I wanted to work with, who I felt like I just gelled, I took that opportunity to save them. And that was the Ashley vote. My gut was right. I picked up on a right vibe. And like I said, I saved Arby because I wanted to work with him. I genuinely liked him. And I think that was the key relationship that propelled me through merge.
All right. Congrats. Like, you two, like, hearing this is amazing. And I didn't really fully get to work. You just said I didn't work with you, Francesca. It was very short. And obviously I should have worked with both of you, especially because your vote is what got me out. So with that being said, like, just explain to me, like, what were your strategic moves? Because obviously I was in the dark. Like, when I came, I didn't find like anything out until I got on jury, and I was like, all of this was going on? I had no idea.
Let's roll it back a few. Because I have a bit to talk about. I have a list. I think solidifying basically a ride or die with Liz in the beginnings of our hoe made us control that tribe, and then when we swapped, still have that control. I think my next major strategic move was nullifying the stupid super idol that I never wanted to have in the process in the first place. Partly because, to be honest, I trusted I could probably do it with Nikki, but with Jojo being a very heart-driven person, not emotional, heart-driven person, I never saw that happening. So I used it the last chance that I could as a normal immunity idol. That did the advantage get in, but I guess that was another example of going back to the theme of chaos that I purposely injected the game, because I knew there was going to be flashback from it, and I played it off as, I was really nervous about getting voted. I wasn't nervous about getting voted. I was nervous that the super idol was never going to be used. That's why I did that. And then I think my next major strategic move was saving Arby in the Nick vote. I think that was my peak, I guess you could say. At that time, I knew the vote was on Arby. And I knew that Liz wasn't throwing a stray vote on you. This was what she told to Arby, and I believe Francesca. We had a little conversation here right before we voted. We didn't really work together. I knew that Arby was voting Nikki. I didn't want Nikki to go. so I placed it on you. So not only could I save Nikki, I could save Arby, and after that, I would have a new ally.
Like I said, I was managing my threat level the whole time because I knew that in Outlast you get voted out as soon as you become a threat. I won the first immunity, the individual reward challenge. Immediately in the second challenge, I decided to drop 7th. That was very purpose because I didn't make it to the top group, but I was the last one in the middle group, which means I placed bags based on who had bags. I kept performing well in challenges because I knew that if we went to tribal council, there was a high likelihood that I could be voted out just because people didn't know me. But even having said that, the first night I chased Will down to the P tree at 3 a.m. and I said, "You and I till the end," and eventually we solidified 4 with Ryan and Nick. I don't know. Ryan was playing with everybody, but at least with Nick, we were solid 3, and we had full trust, and we always voted together. Move forward to the swap where we had our first tribal council. I saved Nick, and Renee goes home. That was gonna be Nick, and I forget exactly what happened. Because it's been too long, but it was entirely up to me, and I was able to turn that vote around. I was upset. People thought I was upset. Part of why I was upset because was Ryan and Will had not had the chance. Well, I don't think Ryan was gonna tell me. Will had not had a chance to tell me that the vote was gonna be Nick. The vote was gonna be Nick because of the perception of Green getting too many people into the merge. But I needed Nick to stay for numbers for sure. I knew I could trust him 100%. He had told me I was his number 1, so I needed to take him as far as I could.
All right, congratulations. You should both be very proud of yourselves for making it to the end. And going off of that, I want to know what moment in the game are you most proud of?
I don't know. I feel like the 2 was the threat 4 where my name was one of the, like, we tied 3-3 with Liz, and then it ended up working out that Liz got out because my name was out. At least 2 tribal councils, I was gonna go home, and I was able to not go home. But the moment I have to say, the final challenge, like, I'm a tiny woman. I'm not a physical threat. I don't run. I don't dig. Digging is horrible. I don't throw things, and I was able to come late to the puzzle and make it up and win when I knew I needed to prove to you guys that I'm a player and I was here to win, and that's what I did. And I got to choose my extra vote. I got to choose who sat next to me, and I think that moment was like, I know I can win this because that challenge just tipped the scale over for me.
My proudest moment was the Ashley vote, because I think it epitomized several things that, one, I wanted to work on myself as a person, but also the consequences that came afterwards. I came into the game with a personal goal of trusting my gut, and that's what I did. By trusting my gut, I gained an ally that basically protected me up until final 3. I deepened a relationship with Nikki that deflected any further threat level off me, which, like I've said before, I really think carried me all the way through merge. So I'm proud of making a move that I said I was set out to do, and the myriad of positive consequences that it had for my game to get me where I am here.
Congratulations. I adore both of you so much, and you both played really great games. I'd like to know something that happened, not a mistake you personally made, but something that happened around you that messed up a plan you might have had, and how did you get out of it? I'll fix that.
Yeah, that's easy for me. You were in my final 2 plans the whole time. I apologize if that might be a surprise to you, or the face that you're making, I don't know how to read it. But your ejection from the game really messed up my order. I had to rethink everything because I really wanted to take it to the end, because I thought you played a great middle of the road game. I thought you were playing both sides really great. But I thought that at that point in time, from a strategic standpoint, with the moves that I had already made, I would win out on several things. and I had to rejig everything. And I think that's actually why I probably pushed for Nikki in the end, because I had to rejig my order.
Oh my lord. That idol play. So Abby, I voted for Abby twice when I wasn't supposed to. The first time made sense. Everybody was voting for Abby. The second time, everybody was voting for Abby. And Abby comes to me and tells me, trust me, don't vote for me, vote for Nikki. That would have been 2-1. Ashley, Nikki would have gone home. But he didn't tell me I had an idol. So I was like, I cannot trust someone who didn't tell me that he had an idol. We've hashed it out. I said we have equal faults for that. But I think that was a mistake on my part for sure. Because Nikki stayed. And Nikki was on my radar the whole time. Like, I wanted to get her out. I love you. She was so scary and threatening. And I would have been able to get Nikki out. So the pivot for that was when this whole... my name was out there, right? And when that happened, we had the challenge the first immunity challenge win that I won was because I absolutely need to win that one, because I needed to be able to not be in danger for the tribal council so we could shift the votes somewhere else. I will claim credit for shifting it to Brendan. I will claim credit that me winning immunity gave us a momentum to be able to make that happen.
Thank you. Hi, congratulations both of you. So I think in thinking of your game as your story, there's so many highs and lows throughout these games. I'm curious for both of you, if you feel like your story, your path here, had more challenges than the person next to you, and if so, what were those challenges, and kind of in terms of your story as a whole?
The big moves that I made were actually typically to save someone. I think the most important moves I made were to save someone, bar maybe Nikki's vote, because I think she could have beat me in a puzzle or an endurance challenge, and I think she could have beat me at the end as well. So that's a slightly different aspect of that. And it's a testament that everyone wanted to work with me because I have 0 votes.
I came in here not wanted to talk about Joseph's game at all, because I don't want to influence that. The one thing I will say is that I'll just reiterate what he just said. It's like, he never had a vote. I was on the chopping block twice. I was going home twice. I don't think that makes my game more challenging, just because my social game was so strong that I never believed that it was real, the danger. Even though I was going home, he targeted me the whole time, and he wasn't able to get traction for that. So I feel like I was seen as a bigger threat. Whenever I talked about Joseph to a lot of you, people referred to him as expendable. Like, he's a name that we could get rid of, but nobody wants to get rid of him because he's not doing anything. And of course, after this tribal council, we have learned that there have been some subtle moves, maybe one big move, which is awesome. But I feel like I was perceived as a bigger threat the whole merge.
So I want to first start with Joseph. I have 2 different questions for you all because I need clarifications. As one of your key allies that you mentioned, and you were a key ally to me too, I think the chaos moves that you were talking about, and I love that you brought that up because that's like one of the biggest things that I have in my mind. To your allies, I'm speaking from my own experience, but I also know there's other people who feel the same way. It comes off as major paranoia, and from an ally, it was, in my mind and in my confessionals, it was really hard to work with you because I had to constantly, like, in my mind, manage paranoia. So, and I feel like you lost maybe a lot of allies. Like, we had a castle and it crumbled early on. So I just want to know, like, how you managed that, because I think you lost a lot of your influence moving into the end of this game.
I was paranoid for the very first vote. A lot of people were, but after that, it was like ripping a band-aid off. I was not paranoid for the rest of the game, and like I've stated before, my chaos was strategic, determined, and the fallout of me being like, oh, I didn't know, I thought it was me, or I didn't know whether I should play the super idol or not, it was me hamming it up. That was me managing my threat level. I did that deliberately, and I stand by it, and I would contend with that. I actually don't think that it gave me less power throughout, because I still had Abby. I still had you up until, was it 5? Thank you. Yeah. And if you're saying that my power lost at the game, if anywhere, I'd say maybe when Francesca drew the vote. But before that, I had power from Final 18.
Francesca, so after speaking to some of the jury members here, I learned a lot more about your game because we had no game relationship at all. And in my mind, from the perceptions and the information that I received, you had a very strong end game, and I feel like you had a lot of control of the things that happened. I don't think you spoke about a lot of that control, and so maybe you should, do that a little bit more. But I want to know what influence you had in the pre-merge, because I just need that cleared up. I don't understand it.
I think so. Early merge, I view as a student of Survivor, I view moves in early merge as vote me out. Honestly, like I feel like anybody who made a move early merge got targeted immediately. So I was not looking to make any moves or be influential early merge. I was looking to rely on my relationship with Will and my relationship with Ashley and other people to make sure that I was in the vote, but make sure I wasn't in the group making decisions. I'll own up to that. I was intentionally not in the group having the conversation. I was just told, I knew everything that was happening from my relationships, but I was told what to vote at the end. And I will own up to that because I was intentional about not being a threat early merge because I know that they always get voted out middle merge. And that's why I took control end of merge, because I know that that's how you get to the end.
Joseph, I don't really have a question for you, but I just want to say it was great to work with you when our interests aligned towards the end, and I've really enjoyed hearing more about your game, and it was great to meet you. Francesca, thank you for the extra vote. I was going to ask you about the Four Threat Alliance, because that was one of the moments that I was proposed something by you and just went along with it. And you directed it with Nikki, and you directed it with Avi, and you brought it to me completely. But you've talked about it. So I want to know more broadly how you thought about your relationship with me, specifically mid-merge, before the Four Threat vote against Liz. Any lies you told me, any concerns you had, and how you navigated that.
Yeah, I appreciate that. The only lie I told you was at the last four, where I was like, oh, I don't know if I may tie it, but I'm gonna try to not make it you, because when I had that conversation, I knew that I had to tie it for sure. I viewed our relationship as honestly a working pair. I view you as someone who was able to infiltrate the majority when it was majority, or the Brandon, Nikki, Joseph grouping, the castle that Nikki referred to that it didn't hold up, thankfully. But I didn't view you as a pawn. I knew you were making your decisions. I knew we had an honest relationship. Ever since that fateful vote where it was going to be Nick and it wasn't, and we voted differently, I knew we had trust, and I knew that we were never going to go against each other. Unfortunately, it had to happen that way. But I honestly was going to take it to the end.
All right, I'm the last one, so I'll try to keep it quick and brief. So I think the way that I played this game in terms of the final two and what I sit next to, I always, and I said in my confessional, I'm not afraid to sit next to anybody. I trust my game, I respect my game, and I trust it. So I was okay with sitting next to anyone here. And it was just more so who was going to be loyal and sit with me at the end. Both of you wanted me out because you thought that I was going to win the game over you. So I guess I want to understand, what about my game you think your game was lacking? And what of your game overrides that you were lacking to deserve my vote? Because if you think that I was a great person that played, I want to know who was, not the second, because I'm not sitting there, obviously I'm not the best, but who played a really, really good game and deserves to win? Who is going to be, this was such a great season. I need the winner to be you both are awesome, but I need the winner to represent that.
I didn't want to sit here with you is because you have an amazing comeback story and I don't. You fought every single round for your life with grit, determination, enthusiasm, and a bit of enjoyment, because at low-key I think you kind of enjoyed it a little bit because it was fun. Yeah, you blushed for now. And I didn't have that. I didn't have a comeback story. I didn't have really any low moments when I was on the person that got voted, because I didn't get voted. But I really think it was because of how insulated I was and the great relationships that I had. That is the reason why I haven't got any votes. And I know I've repeated a couple of times, but I think it bears repeating.
Yeah, I feel like I was thinking of a similar answer, like you were playing from the bottom and fighting your way through very impressively. And I felt safe most of the time, mostly because of my social game, my connections. But to answer differently, your determination to find idols, I honestly, I searched for idols only when we had confessionals, but most of the time I didn't bother. And I know, as a student of the game of Survivor, just like you don't make moves early merge, you don't find idols. If you happen to find an idol and you play it correctly, chances are you're playing correctly. If you play it correctly, you are immediately a target. You don't want to get you out. Nobody wants to bring someone who plays an idol correctly to the end. Then you are depending on immunity wins. And as someone who knows her strengths, I cannot depend on immunity wins.
I think the way that I played this game has been incredibly smart and strategic. And I've melded in elements of social game into that as well, which I think is actually a supplement to my strategic game, because I think my social game is a byproduct of my strategic game, as opposed to leading with a social game and having strategic and physical as byproducts of that. I think that encompasses everything that you all should think about this season represents. I haven't been the only person to throw up the theme of chaos. We can't predict the elements. That is chaotic. But what I can predict was that I was going to end up here because every single conversation I had was at the right time. I have grown as a person completely this, and I think that's been quite obvious because I have cried a lot. But I think that's because I'm just how proud I am of getting here. And if it is what it is, it is what it is.
Thank you, Joseph. Francesca.
I wanted to bring it back to close the circle to the concept of representing a season. I know Joseph speaks of chaos, but for me, what I will remember of this season was the little moments, like the moments where we're all sitting in the tent, clapping our knees and playing the games. The moments where Nick or Jojo or Nikki would say some random, very inappropriate comments or start dancing or be commando. The silliness, the happiness, the positiveness, how deeply all of us care about this game. And the first day being like this crazy moment where we all bonded together, leading up to this intense merge, like no tribal lines, dynamic game. And I feel like I represent that fully. I feel like I represent the positive, the friends, the connections that we made. I represent the dynamic strategic game. And I represent, I am an underdog. I know I seem like a threat, but I am an underdog. And I feel like we all saw ourselves as underdogs, and I want to be that underdog for you. So I probably didn't use that my whole time, but that's all I wanted to say.
Come on with the marbles. I am very, very excited and happy that you cleared up the questions that I had in my head about your game. I am very proud and very excited to vote for you. And I think you are a very deserving winner.
I always choose a part of me to vote. For this vote, I'm choosing my heart. I'm going for someone that has heart, passion.
Okay, everybody. My impromptu thank you speech to this entire cast for making this one of the most fun seasons I have ever seen in any game. And of course, this game could not have been possible with all of our crew and volunteers. So all of our volunteers, thank you for tribe handling, for filming, for running around nonstop. This couldn't have happened without you. And I also want to say that to hear from so many of you how much fun you had, I had so much fun as well. And this has been an incredible first hosting experience. And you are all a part of my new Outlast family as well. But enough about me and everybody else. Joseph and Francesca, are you ready to see who is our season 4 Outlast champion? Let's do it. I'll read the votes. First vote, Francesca. Second vote, Francesca, R2. Third vote, Joseph. Fourth vote, Joseph. 2-2. Fifth vote, Francesca. Sixth vote, Joseph. Seventh vote, Francesca. Eighth vote, Joseph. That's 4 votes each. 3 votes left. Francesca. Joseph. In true fashion, we are down to 1 vote. And the winner of Outlast Season 4, Francesca. Thank you everybody so much for following along Outlast Season 4. Huge congratulations to our final 2, Joseph and Francesca, especially our new winner, Francesca. This season was incredible and we would love to see you play in the next one perhaps, so apply to Outlast. Thank you, bye!